Peace and love to all the sports fans out there. What's good? This is Phil Facts, the sports snob, snobby sports in full effect. This morning, I'd like to give my opinion on some rumors that's going around in the sports world, and I got to give my prediction on the NBA Finals. So let's start with the finals. Miami's playing tonight against the LA Lakers. This is going to be a good matchup. All you LeBron lovers and riders, you Lakers fans, cannot be delusional about this series. These games are going to go down to the wire. I don't know for sure. I want to say that the Lakers are going to win in 6 games. Well, rather, yeah, that's my prediction. I think the Lakers will win in 6 games, but I think they're going to be 6 hard-fought games. I think Miami's going to punch the Lakers in the jaw a couple of times. They'll probably win 2 games. The reason why I say this is because of the strategy on defense that I'm sure Miami is going to be using, which is not very hard to figure out. You got Bam to go one-on-one with AD. That's enough. That's a nice matchup. We know that AD is the more popular, talented player so far, but this is Bam's year. Bam is breaking out. So all we could do is behold and enjoy because we don't know what this new guy, this new Bam, he's not the same. Miami, period. They're not the same team. So all the speculation, everybody picked the Lakers and the Clippers, and who knows who else you got picked to win the finals. All the speculation in the beginning of the season, no one picked Miami to go to the finals. I wouldn't say that they're underdogs at the moment if you know basketball, but in the beginning of the season, they were underdogs. And I'm sure, as far as Vegas, there's only 2 teams, so they'll be the underdog. But I meant in a, well, in a non-literal sense. They are underdogs. No one is expecting them, and no one has expected them to succeed as much as they have. No one thought they would get this far. They accomplished a lot, man. They beat the best team defensively this season in the NBA, which was the Bucks. Then they beat a very talented young team with a lot of guns. They didn't make it by mistake. Miami's ready. You can see they got players that are coming into their own at the right time. This is the perfect time of the year for every player if you're gonna start to exude all of the skill sets that you've acquired and all of the things that you accumulated during the season, the new things, and mix them with the old things and try to achieve success and see it translate to success. This is the right time to do it. This is the right time. And Jimmy Butler, he's more than a glue guy. And y'all may not want to say he's a superstar, but Jimmy Butler is a superstar. He's a superstar because he has everybody's respect in the NBA. I didn't say you got to like him, but you got to respect him. He worked hard. Yeah, he's an overachiever. He's probably the greatest overachiever the sport's ever seen. Basketball, that is. Besides the short guys like Spud Webb and Nate Robinson, who play bigger than they really are. Guys like that. I got to give an honorable mention to Michael Adams, a forgotten point guard for the Denver Nuggets. Y'all real basketball heads, y'all know who I'm talking about. There's a lot of players like Michael Adams that was nice, and they would bust ass in the NBA right now. But because everybody's worried about Jordan and Bird and Magic only, those are like the only past players that most of the current state of basketball fans seem to care about. And that's sad because there's a lot of good players that the NBA had in NBA history that were very overlooked, man. A lot of I watched the video. Somebody did a video, matter of fact, the other day, and that's what made me think about Michael Adams right now. not to get off topic because I know I was talking about the finals, but I brought up Michael Adams because of the underdog topic and Miami being underdogs. And I don't agree with that. I think Miami is where they belong. They proved it. And the Lakers better take them serious. They better take them serious because they're going to be D'ing LeBron by committee. That was the other aspect of what I was trying to say. AD and Bam is a beautiful matchup to watch. That's going to be beautiful. Then you got the beat down that LeBron is about to take. And I know he knows that. You got Iguodala. You got about three guys that Miami will probably be throwing at him. The main one is Iguodala. That's why I said his name, because he has experience and he has success defending LeBron in the finals when it counts, when all the chips are on the table. So that could be a factor. Will it be a factor? We don't know. So I don't like to do predictions, but the game's on tonight. We're going to see. Shit is about to start, so I might as well tell y'all what I'm thinking. And I'm definitely thinking that we in for a good series. But I'm going to tell you like this right here, right now. If Miami wins this first game, look out. The Lakers might be in trouble. If Miami wins this first game, I have the right to change my prediction. When I watch this game, and depending on what I see, if Miami wins, I have a right to change my prediction. Because the adjustments that right now no one can see. We don't know how these teams are going to really match up against each other. There's adjustments that can and will be made. And how effective will they be? And if whoever draws first blood, they have the edge. So I chose the Lakers in 6 because I believe, honestly, that the Lakers will win the first two games. They'll win the first two games. But if that doesn't happen and Miami ends up winning the first game, somehow still in that first, because remember, this is a different season, man. This season is like none other before. They're playing in a bubble. There's no real home court advantage, fam. So that Laker, that mystique and that aura and that pressure that comes from playing against the Lakers in the playoffs and the finals, some of that is gonna be missing, bro. Some of that pressure for the opponent is not gonna be there. Miami, all they gotta really do is focus on basketball. That's dangerous. There's no distractions for Miami, and people are doubting them. All that is more encouragement. So that being said, I think that that's a recipe for some good fucking basketball. The role players in this series will be the final. They will be the ones that decide who wins the series. If Kuzma and Long Boy, if Long Boy, I know you're like, who's Long Boy? JaVale McGee, y'all. JaVale McGee. If Long Boy and Kuzma come in off the bench, Rondo, if everybody does their part, the role players, the Lakers are hard to beat. But I gotta say this. Tyler Hero or Kuzma? Laker fans, y'all worried. I know y'all are. Because Miami is a deep ass team. And they actually match up well with you. I don't care what ESPN says or anyone else says that's on some bandwagon shit or your opinion is compromised. If you know ball and you look at these lineups, Miami got it. They match up well with them. The Lakers have more names, but what we've been seeing from this Miami team, this gelling that has occurred, this next step, they are a problem. And I'm fucking jealous. And I'm worried for my Knicks because if Miami is successful, this will be 3 championships that they've won since they've been created. And my Knicks haven't even fucking won a title forget it. So y'all get the picture. Y'all understand my stress. But I have to sit back and observe and respect. So my prediction is the Lakers in 6, barring the fact that Miami wins the first game. If Miami wins the first game, I'm gonna make another video definitely about this game tonight and let y'all know what I think about the direction of the series. Because there's gonna be a lot. We're gonna be able to tell a lot off this first game. You don't get lucky. I think Shannon Sharp said this. You don't get lucky in the series, baby. The best team is gonna win. And that's true. Your flaws, your tendencies, that shit comes out. It shows in the series. People notice things because they get to see you on display several times. So, both teams deserve the position they're in. Both teams are ready. May the best team win. Word. Now, real quick, because this is not that serious, but I want to get into rumors. And this is about boxing. All right, whoa. Since we on basketball, let me cover a couple of things. There's a lot of trade rumors. Ain't shit happening yet. We still got a couple of games. So I'm not feeding into any trade rumors. I'm a Knicks fan. So, you know, my team is in the middle of everything. We trying to get jerked right now. Niggas are trying to jerk us. They trying to, you know, manipulate, play mind games and shit. Try to do telepathy and mental control and trick us and throw shit out there. The Knicks, hopefully they don't bite, especially not on no bullshit. And that being said, with the NBA, for right now, I'm done because only thing left is the finals. And like I told you, I'm gonna pick the Lakers in 6. My mind says the Lakers in 6. I don't have heart involved in this one, not at all. Can't stand both these teams, honestly. So now to the rumors I was talking about with boxing. The main rumor I want to talk about. How motherfuckers gonna try to sit there and say that Jamel Charlo's, Jamel Charlo's fight was fixed? That's some real bullshit, y'all. That's some real hate. I sat there and I watched this fight, man. And it's fucked up because these brothers are just trying to put on a pay-per-view. They got to compete against the UFC, who had an excellent match as well. I'm not gonna front. I watched that shit too, but I watched that shit on YouTube. I don't think it's right. I think that shit is corny. I don't think it's cool how people are disrespecting the Charlos like that. If you look at them motherfuckers, they don't need nobody to fix no fights for them. That's why I don't believe it. Bottom line is, that's a stupid ass rumor. Whoever made that shit up, and the stupid ass vloggers that be making videos saying that shit, y'all fucking clowns. Y'all clowns, because them Charlos ain't no fucking joke. They not fucking, them niggas is some motherfucking made ass men when they come again in that ring. Them motherfuckers could take a, yo, did you see the fucking punches? Both of them niggas' jaws is solid, rock solid chins, man. You gotta respect that gangster, man. Stop fucking hating, man. Cause you like Canelo Alvarez and you scared. You don't want Charlo to, y'all fucking Canelo fans and Lomachenko fans, y'all get on my fucking nerve, man. Word, B. It's crazy. B. Terrence Crawford fans, yo, it's certain fans, man. Like, yo, all right. Bottom line, when people be on some particular boxing shit, y'all be on some bullshit. See, that's why I like talking to people that's a fan of a particular boxer. I like to talk to people that love the sport and have an opinion on various things and various fighters, and they're watching. That's how I am. I do like fighters, but not to the point where I'm gonna compromise my fucking opinion or my sanity or my judgment or anything like that. That shit comes off real corny. That being said, man, stop hating on the Charlos, man. Lions Odie, nothing but love, y'all. Keep doing your fucking thing, man. It's good to see some black brothers doing their thing, man. Y'all need to follow that code. Stop hating, man. You gotta cut that shit out. There's no reason for what did he need to fix the fight for? Did you see them punches that nigga was taking? That was fixed. Rosario fucked J-Rock up, first of all. If you see how he knocked J Rock out, he had that nigga was, he was asleep. He was gone. Yo, my nigga, that kid could hit, and he's big. He's big, a big welterweight too. I mean, excuse me, a big middleweight too. He's not skinny, fast. That nigga was a heavy hitter, and he connected. And Jamal ate that shit. I mean, Jamel ate that shit, yo. He ate them punches, man, and he knocked him the fuck out. Bottom line, what else you want, yo? Stop throwing dirt on people's names, man. Cut that shit out, man. It's real whack. You see that nigga in person, he'll smack the shit out you. You ain't gonna do nothing. So you should keep your name out of people's mouth, especially when you're lying. Now, the Devin Haney, Gary Russell Jr. situation, real quick, just to touch on that. Far as I know, the way it looks like it turned out, I'm kind of glad. I think Gary Russell was smart. A lot of shit was thrown out there, a lot of twisting and a lot of games and fake ass affiliations and all kind of sucker shit was going on. Niggas trying to get props off the situation or whatever. But then there was some people in there that was involved that was really trying to help the situation, and they were genuine. And I respect those people. I'm not saying nobody's names in this shit because all I wanted to say was the results of that whole bullshit. Gary Russell smart. He said, fuck all of that negotiating because y'all playing. This is some bullshit. And they trying to assassinate they were trying to assassinate his character, bro. They was trying to get a lot of leverage on him in more than one way. And he's not a stupid person. And I respect that. Gary Russell's a smart motherfucker. And niggas don't like that. Because y'all a fan of somebody else, y'all want somebody else to be stupid. And that's what I'm talking about with y'all. Y'all need to cut that shit out. That's not cool. Gary Russell's smart. He said, you know what? I don't got to play these games with you negotiating. I'll go fight your number one contender, whoop his ass, and then you have to fight me. I'll be your mandatory. I look at it like that's smart. It makes negotiations easier when when it's time for them to fight because they already have a premise to deal with. They already kind of know what, as far as negotiating wise, they already know what to expect from the other party. You know, what type of tactics and, what kind of stances people will take. So I expect Gary Russell and Devin Haney to fight sometime next year. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Gary Russell's going to fight. Devin Haney's about to fight sometime, I think next month. In well, it's still September, but I think November he fights because he was trying to get Gary Russell to fight him in November. But Gary Russell's smart. He weaved that shit. Let you do you. I'm gonna go fight this dude, and then we gonna fight. So I figure sometime in the year coming, 2021, you should see Devin Haney versus Gary Russell Jr. And that's gonna be a nice fight too. I think a lot of people don't have respect for Gary Russell Jr. I've been hearing some of people's perspective on the fight and people's predictions. And I gotta tell you guys, I sorry fellas, y'all got a lot of female fucking tendencies, man. Stop basing your fucking opinion off your feelings, please, man. Cut that shit out. Really look, man. Look at Devin Haney's fucking resume, man. On the real, can I keep it 100? I don't even want Devin Haney to fight Gary Russell. Because I like Devin Haney. And I know that there's other people like Blue and Blue Blood Sports, shout out to him. Fanon. There's a few of them that think that Devin Haney will be fine. They think that he'll actually beat Gary Russell. I'm on the opposite side of the coin. I don't know about that, man. I think that's a fucking dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight for both of them. The reason why is because the loser, well, no, whoa, wrong. It's a dangerous fight for Devin Haney on the win or loss tip 50-50 because if he loses, now he got an L. But career-wise, it's not a loss for Devin Haney. This is a win-win for him because if he loses, he's still young. And he still has time to come back and get his shit together and reestablish his career. Because nowadays, There's so many good fighters. You can't really knock a nigga that got an L on their record, especially only if it's one or two. And depending on who they from, you gotta respect it. So if Devin Haney gets an L on his record from Gary Russell Jr. at the age he is and the age Gary Russell is, it doesn't look like nothing but like how Canelo tries to play that Floyd took me to school shit. It was a lesson learned shit. That's the same game that Devin Haney can run. So I do think he wants this fight because he don't got nothing to lose. And if he wins, he beat a top notch fighter that a lot of people have been ducking and afraid to fight for years. So he can't lose in this situation. Gary Russell's the one that has a lot to lose, man. Because if he loses to this young boy, he's washed. That's what everybody's gonna say. He's washed. His legacy is already questionable because he's not liked. It has nothing to do with his skill set, has nothing to do with his record, has nothing to do with anything that he's done in the ring. But for some reason, it seems like the boxing world is not too keen on Gary Russell. I don't see a lot of fans defending him like they do Crawford, Canelo, and all these other fighters. It's just a lot that I'm noticing with this situation. So Gary Russell played it smart. So that way, when they do fight next, it's a level playing field. You understand? It's even. And he can negotiate himself some pretty decent conditions, like a rematch clause and things like that nature. Things of that nature. But I don't know, y'all. I don't think Devin Haney wins this fight. So I'm not a boxer. I'm not a boxer. So I don't get me wrong, but I have watched boxing all my life. My family, I got family that box. Boxing is a part of my family I don't participate in, but it is something I love because my family has always loved basketball and boxing. Those are the two sports that were introduced to me. Don't get me wrong, baseball was definitely introduced to me because I live in the Bronx. My family adamant Yankee fans. We got some Mets fans from sorry cuz, but these the colors. These colors belong right here with them. Them colors belong right here. The Mets, I can't do them. But the reason why I'm saying all that about is that I don't want to make it seem like I'm some boxing expert. Of course, I'm not no trainer, none of that shit. I'm not Teddy Atlas and none of that. But I see some flaws in Devin Haney's style as a young man and the way he fights. Certain things that he does, he can do against the pedigree of fighters that he's been fighting that they've been putting in front of him. But when he fights Gary Russell, Devin Haney's never. I don't give a fuck what y'all try to say. Y'all can't. Gary Russell's seen something like Devin Haney before. Don't give me that shit. You can't say that. That nigga Gary Russell been putting it in since he was young. You can't say that. The difference is Devin Haney hasn't been in the ring with anyone like Gary Russell for all the marbles, man. That's some serious shit, man. Some serious circumstances you gotta look at. That's not gonna be an easy situation for Devin Haney to come out of on top, man. I'm sorry. And that's just what it is. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. Because I got it like that. So when that fight happens, I'm predicting Gary Russell Jr. to school the young boy. And both of them will go on and fuck around. Devin might get a rematch after like a couple of fights before Gary retires. I think that might happen. That might play out the scenario. Yeah, they fight. Gary wins. Devin rebuilds his shit, and before Gary can lace up his gloves and lay them down, Devin says, nigga, put them shits on one more time, and they fight again. That's what I think will happen. Let's see if I'm right. All right, so that's it for now for my sports roundup. You know what I'm saying? The little rumors and things I heard, and what I think about them. I'm gonna make a video for my Knicks fans next. Nothing but love. Appreciate the support to my subscribers. I know there ain't a lot of us, but thank you for being part of my situation, my movement. And I won't forget, as time goes by, you can leave a comment. You can share if you want to. You Could tell people to subscribe, check me out, see if they like my style. If not, it's all good. It's still all love because I appreciate you taking the time out to watch my videos, give me my thumbs ups, make my comments, leaving me comments and all that. I really appreciate that. And I've been getting a lot of views on certain videos. Thank you, y'all. Thank you for the support, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm not really looking to do this monetary. This is a habit. I love to talk about sports. You know what I mean? Y'all want my Cash App? I already told y'all that shit is like in my first or second video. I'm not gonna be putting that up every video. Even if this does become a career, you know what I mean? People that want to support me, y'all reach out, y'all let me know. Otherwise than that, appreciate you. And I'm out of here once again, because I got it like that. Peace, y'all.